I think it's safe to say that the perception around Jahlil Okafor is not exactly positive after his second NBA season. The guy has one distinct ability, and that's to score inside, especially through the low post. His ability to finish with either hand at almost any angle with an array of pump fakes and hook shots and rip-through moves. Okafor is definitely impressive when it comes to the art of posting up. I'd say his handle is pretty impressive for a big man as well, but there are so many criticisms that you can throw at the guy as well. Here's this classic pic of, well, I should say video, where the guy's defensive effort, it's lacking, to be nice. There's also been questions about just how much he really cares on defense. Is he able to play defense? Here's another one where he doesn't exactly make Klay Thompson's day difficult going to the rim. There's been rebounding questions with Jahlil Okafor. But at the same time, I do have to be a little nice to the guy. I think he's had moments of showing some defensive life. Here's a time when he just strips Maurice Spates of the ball and then it goes down the other end. And so I just want to talk about where Jahlil Okafor is at right now, and do I think he could grow into at least an NBA player who can be a part of a winning team? Maybe not as a starting center, but as a backup or something like that. Can he develop the all-around game necessary? I mean, the low post game is definitely impressive, but there are areas that he's going to have to improve on. I think one area would be passing out of the low post. He's shown some life there, being able to hit cutters and guys who are open for jump shots, but he also has times when he gets a little ahead of himself. Perfect example right there, where he doesn't really know what he's doing when he goes up with it. One guy who really excels in this area is Marc Gasol, and Gasol is always able to pinpoint guys who are open, and I mean, he averaged around 5 assists a game this previous season. If Okafor could get to that point as a passer, that would be really good, and I think it would actually make his post game even better because teams wouldn't just double team him immediately, you know? Another area where I would really like to see him improve is his jump shot, whether it's mid-range or three-pointers, especially three-pointers if you can, but I'll take a mid-range jumper because, for one, if we look at Marc Gasol again, it allows him to stand at the perimeter and still make passes to cutters, which can just open up your overall offense, but it also can help with spacing, because here's a few clips here where Okafor, he's kind of lingering around the basket, and he just kills the spacing of the 76ers. I mean, Covington is forced to pass out there on Saric. Dario can't really commit inside because Zaza's sitting in there with Jahlil Okafor. Another time here, he basically just gets in Robert Covington's way as he brings an extra defensive player over. I mean, having a jumper in today's NBA is just so valuable because there's just so many moments here where, because Okafor just doesn't really do anything offensively besides chill at the basket, you have moments like that one. I mean, Saric, he still made the shot, but I mean, look, Doc's even looking at him like, what the hell's wrong with you, Okafor? He's on the other team, and he's even saying that. So if Okafor could develop just a jump shot as well as improve on his passing, I think that could really help out his ability to open up the floor for his other teammates, but it would also make his post game even better. Teams would think twice about sending extra defenders his way, but I do want to be nice to Jahlil as well. I think there have been times when the Sixers have had a lack of playmakers to the point where he's had opportunities to score, he's done well to get himself in good positions to score, and they catch him a little late. I mean, that one there, they did eventually get him when he forced the mismatch on Raymond Felton, but I mean, if we look at this here, a good playmaker is going to recognize that Okafor has a shot right now, but Luwawu Cabaret just isn't able to notice that, and what ends up happening, he chooses to drive, and, well, he kind of makes life way tougher for himself than he needed to. We're going to be picking on him again on this one. Okafor is in a position right now to receive a pass. The big man has fully committed to Cabaret driving, and I mean, hopefully Ben Simmons will recognize that sort of a player. Maybe Markelle Fultz will recognize that one as well. So I do want to give Okafor some slack. I don't think he's had the best teammates around him, especially when it comes to passing on the 76ers roster. But now we got to get to the defense, and yeah, it's rough. Sometimes it's lack of athleticism, where he shows an effort to contest a shot, here being one of them on Blake Griffin, but he just doesn't have the speed or verticality to really get to the spot he needs to. And then there are other times when his mental game just isn't all the way there. I mean, here the Clippers take advantage of the fact that he is not on DeAndre. Redick just happens to miss, but then they go back to the same play not too long later because Okafor just isn't going to step up on the perimeter to play defense. It's basically one guy trying to defend two guys. Here, he just falls asleep on Maurice Spates. They call him Mo Buckets for a reason, Jahlil. You have to cover the guy. Here, he has a minimal shot contest on Steph Curry. He was in the area, so I guess we got to give him credit for that one, I guess. Here's another one where he's just not able to really contest the pull-up jumper at all. Okafor recently lost some weight. I heard a story about him losing around 20 pounds. He didn't exactly care about Austin Rivers driving inside that time. Hopefully that's just going to help him out because he's really just going to need to get better and become a better rim protector and at least grow into being okay defensively. I don't think anyone's expecting him to be some world beater, but I mean, look at this one here. This is just an overall effort thing. Look at Maurice Spates under the basket next to Okafor. He's already kind of building up his momentum to go down floor after the turnover. What happens with Jahlil Okafor? I mean, come on, Jahlil. What are you doing, man? Your guy is already scoring 2 points on the other end. So hopefully with just an improved mental game on top of, plays like that, one where he actually shows the effort, I'm sure the weight loss will help. I think he can put in more plays like this one, because to be honest, this is a legitimately good defensive possession by Jahlil Okafor. Forces the pass out, contests the mid-range jumper. I don't think he's helpless. So Jahlil, the low post game's legit, but there are so many other things he has to improve on. Get a jump shot, develop some passing out of the post, which I don't think he's terrible on. He's shown some signs with. And just get to a point where you're not bad on defense, you know? Do I think Okafor can ever be a starter in this NBA? Probably not. Do I think he can be a quality backup? Yes, I do.